Hello, everybody. So, thank you for coming for SCA 2022. Now, if it's the first conference for PhD, say for example, to go to, you might not notice there is a culture in a conference that we disturb people between their main course and their dessert. So you will not have your dessert until I finish talking a long and boring speech. So please bear with me. Now, what I will really do is that I will probably thank a group of people who contribute a lot to this conference for its success. And also, I have a bunch of awards that I need to give to people who hopefully are here. All right. So this conference, the Symposium of Computer Animation, means a lot to me. Now, my first computer graphic paper, when I was still a PhD student, was published in SCA in 2006. So it's almost like how many years ago? 16 years ago. And that was my first computer graphic paper. And that was only a poster. I got rejected as a long paper. I only got a poster. So if you get a non-paper here, you're doing much better than me already. And that was also because of that. From the behind of my head, I always think, wow, this must be a tough conference. This is one of the best because they reject my work. So when my colleague, TB, he'd make a phone call to me and say, Hubert, we are finding people to chair a conference. Do you wish to chair it? I would say, wow, this is my best conference. Of course, I will chair it. And hell yes, I'll just find a way to do it. Don't worry about that. I'll deal with the rest. And that's mostly what I say. But then it's easy to be said and difficult to be done. So once I signed up, I was starting to get a little bit nervous and potentially a little bit regret. There's so many challenges nowadays to host a conference after the pandemic, seriously. For one thing, I just don't know whether people still wish to travel to a conference. Is it still in the trend for people to take an airplane, come to this island and in the middle of nowhere walk uphill? Are they still in a ship to walk uphill? I mean, after 2 years staying at home, playing online games. So that was a lot of concern. We need to organize a hybrid conference because there are some people in countries that they still have very strict COVID restrictions. And there are also people who might have health situation that disallows them to come. So I must organize a hybrid conference. But there comes another bunch of questions. How to run a hybrid conference? Essentially, what is a hybrid conference? We don't know that because nobody have done that before this year. So who can I ask? Nobody can tell me what is it. Nobody can tell me how to run it. So I have to figure that out with my team because of this. And more importantly, how can I calculate a budget? Now I'm very lucky that my wife is an accountant. So she helped me a lot on that. But there are things that my wife will give me a face and say, Hubert, this is not going to work. You don't even know how many people are coming on site and online, and you're committing your venue like 1 year in advance. You're committing the catering, you're committing this, committing that. But you don't know how many people are going to join on site. I say yes, but if you don't book it now, they will be gone. So what can I do? So I just take a leap of faith and I just book everything, and I hope that, well, people will come. And it's just until the registration deadline, I can have a good night's sleep. And at the front end of organizing a conference is about paper submission. So we always wish to have the most number of paper submissions such that we can select the best paper, present in this conference, share the best knowledge. But what happened is after the pandemic, do people still wish to submit paper to conference? Or they get used to something else already? How can I motivate, how can the team motivate people to submit paper to this conference? And we have 1-2 years of online conference already. Maybe people get tired of online conference and don't wish to submit it to anymore. So there are just a lot of concern that is so difficult to resolve. Now, one last thing, keynotes. How can I know which keynote is willing to come over and give a talk? I mean, it's a lot of flights, and we are only offering economy flight. We are not even offering economy comfort. And they're big professors. They are really big professor, and they are so famous in the field of studies. And we are offering economy flights. They need to squeeze in and come to this island to talk with us. Why would they wish to do that? I ask myself, what will happen if they all say hello to me? So those are the things that keep me awake in the middle of a night during the past half a year. So my wife, when she saw me having a nightmare, she would say, okay, it's not yet time, yes, the conference is still not coming. But that is what it takes. Now, I have a mailbox and I knew a folder called SCA. I put all the email of SCA in that folder. Now, today, I just take a look and guess how many email I have in this folder. 100, 200, 500, 1,840.
Oh, wow.
In fact, actually 1,842 because I get 2 more this morning. And what I wish to point out is that this amount of jobs, there's no way that a single person can do this. So organizing a conference is never a one-man job. It's the whole team's effort to make it work. I'm pretty sure that if some of the team members, any of the team members is not here, is not contributing as they had, this conference will not be the same as what we are seeing now. So that's why I wish to use this opportunity brought you from your research to properly thank these heroes who are contributing solidly to this conference. Now the first and the foremost, the most important one that I wish to thank is Julien. So thank you very much, Julien. I could not do this conference without you. And I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart. There are things that when I cannot get done, I'm getting so angry and frustrated and sometimes I say, why this cannot be done? This kind of rule is just stupid. And Julien will always come to me, talk with me and say, Hubert, don't worry. And he's always so calm. I don't understand why he can be so calm. He's always so calm and say, Hubert, don't worry. We do this, we do that. Oh, and by the way, we can do that as well. Julien always have creative ideas of solving your problems and getting it even better. I mean, I think what I have from Julien is not just the support of this conference. He taught me a lot about things that I can use, skills that I can use in the future of my life. So thank you very much, Julien. I've prepared a little gift for you. This is not even something expensive. This is just a pair of glasses, just to show the gratitude of
I have to say that thank you very much for the words, but you are exaggerating things a bit, right?
No.
Thank you so much. And to be clear, Hubert did everything, the boring stuff, the all the fixing all the details, and so Hubert, you did this really.
Thank you.
And from what I see, I can say this is a success. So congratulations to you, because this is really you,
as well.
Did the thing.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And next we have the most responsible program chair that I've ever met. So we have Dominik and Soren. It's a bit unfortunate that Soren is in the next continent, so he wouldn't be able to join us today, but I hope that I can send a video to him such that he knows that I thank him so much. Now, Dominik and Soren, they are the people who will just get the things done. They're not going to say, well, I'm a bit busy today, I will do so much first and then I'll leave the rest tomorrow. They're not like that. They're always like, I'll get this done. Hubert, this is not right, and you need to do this. And I said, yes, that's true, that's not right. And together, we have the most number of paper submission of SCA in the past 10 years. This is from you and Soren. Thank you very much.
Yeah, many thanks, Hubert. This is really nice.
This is really
Durham University.
Durham University, for your memory.
That's great, thank you. And maybe this is also a good point to announce that all your papers are now uploaded in the Eurographics digital library. So they will be in the upcoming issue of the Computer Graphics Forum Journal. And I think we can just put the link to the Eurographics digital library tomorrow on the website so that you can look it up. So unfortunately, Eurographics, every year, they basically have one cover image, and this is the same on every issue, because I would love to have an image from one of the SCA papers, or maybe from multiple papers, but this was unfortunately not possible. But the papers are there. We will provide the link tomorrow, and congratulations to all the authors and contributors.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now you might also see that there are a group of students, helper, and also PhDs. There are quite a lot from PhD from this university helping us running the conference. Now these student helpers, PhDs, they are not paid. In fact, quite a lot of them are self-financed, which means that they pay the tuition fee to study here, and now they are doing voluntary work for the conference. That doesn't make sense at all to me, but for some reason they are crazy enough to do that. Now, out of all these student helpers, 2 of them are contributing significantly to this conference. We call them the supporting chairs. Essentially, this translates to do everything that you see in front of you. They are Ziyi and they are Haojing. So I actually wish to tell you a story, and which is real. 1 week before the conference, I get both of them into my office and I say, if I die next week, if I have a car crash and die next week, you guys will be responsible to communicate with all the other chairs, make sure the conference will run as it is. I seriously say that. And I can't imagine the stress on their shoulder at the moment of time. They are like sweating like crazy. I'm thinking, is it too heavy? That might be too late already. And magically, they survive. So to show my my gratitude to their contribution, I've prepared a small certificate that I sign, just say thank you for your service. And on top of that, I got them a Durham bear. Wow. So this is very rare. Thank you. Yeah, you need to show off the bear to all the other people. All right. Thank you. Okay. So when I was studying my PhD, I was very poor. I can openly admit that a lot of people know about that. Now I was lucky to have my scholarship. I already received a scholarship. But after the rent, after the food, the bills, after splitting a bit of money with my wife, we just don't have any left. So when I went for a conference, the university is very kind. Usually they will pay for the travel, they will pay for the accommodation, for the days that the conference happened. But for the rest, we somehow need to figure that out. And one thing that I remember is that whenever I go for a conference, whenever I went for a conference, I would search for the nearest McDonald's. Because they are the cheapest, they are always reliable, and they are the same price everywhere. This is a bit of an overstatement because they are a lot more expensive in the UK. So they were a tough time. They were tough times, but they also are some of my best memory. I have very sweet memory with my wife when we were poor. I made a lot of friends. Edmund was my friend. Her and my friend, we struggled together, and we are here all together today. So those are my valuable memory. And because of this memory, whenever I'm organizing a conference, if possible, you see that I will provide the lunch. Now, for one thing, it's a good opportunity for people to socialize. Well, you can have more chance to talk about your research, meet with other people. That's of course good. But from the bottom of my head, I'm also thinking that maybe there will be 1 or 2 PhD who might be, if I don't provide the lunch, they will be going out for McDonald's and it's not very healthy. So rather they have some healthy food. So I hope that this can help. Now, providing extra lunches, providing anything extra will need extra money. And at the same time, I don't wish to waste the registration cost as well, because at the end of the day, they will be paid by the attendance. So I'm very grateful that we have the sponsors from industry and institutions who help us to top up our budget such that we'll be able to provide these kind of extra lunches to people. They are the Adobe, Disney Research, KAUST, and also Google. So without them, I will still try my best to provide the lunch, but you might see the same sandwich every day. So I don't think anybody will appreciate it. Now, because of the sponsorship, I'm also very proud that this year in SCA, we were able to offer a few travel grants. So that helps people from far away to come over to this and physically join the conference. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe they may prefer to join online. So I have prepared a bit of a certificate for travel grant receivers. Now I'm not sure if they are here. If you hear somewhat the name similar to what you, because I may not be pronouncing it right. So if you hear a name similar to what you are, please come over and get the certificate. So the first one I have seen is Calcetti Pettre Maninda. All right. Congratulations. So this this travel grant is given by Disney Research. Thank you very much. The next travel grant is given to Andres Casado Oliva. All right, thank you. Good. This travel grant is given by Adobe. Thank you very much. Finally, we have Rusuki Sugimoto. Thank you. Okay. This travel grant is given by KAUST, the VCC Center. Thank you very much. This is also the second year that we introduced the SCA Awards. Now I know a lot of you might not notice that we have something called an SCA Award, and this is very important, so you need to pay attention because next year you might nominate yourself and you might be the one who receives this. Now we have two new SCA awards. The first one is called the SCA Early Career Researcher Award, which is targeting for people who just joined the academia or who just joined the industry as a researcher, who just begin their professional career. We also have the SCA Best Dissertation Award, who is targeting for people who are almost graduating or maybe who just recently graduated. So these kind of awards are very seriously considered. I mean, in this year of SCA, we are very lucky to have two award chairs, Barbara and Haley, who organize a team of award committee. We have 7 professional faculty and industry practitioners as 7 members as the award committee, and then they read through all the applications to fairly decide who should be the awardees. So this year I'm very happy to say that the SCA Early Career Researcher Award is given to Daniel Holden.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really honored to have this award, and SCA was also my first conference, so it's really nice to be back. And I also just want to thank all my co-authors and collaborators. So everyone at Edinburgh University, Taku, Jin Saito, and also everyone at Ubisoft, Olivier, Kevin, Simon, Maxime, Osama, and everyone else I worked with. So, you know, I get to have this fancy award, but it's the work of a lot of different people. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now the SCA Doctoral Dissertation Award will be given to Xu Bing Pan. Unfortunately, he is not in a condition that he can travel to here to take the certificate. So what I will do is that I will keep it in my office and see if I can mail it to him later on. All right. Now, I know that there are lots of PhDs in this conference. So if you're a PhD, you're going to graduate, you should try next year. You should nominate your dissertation. After all, for most people, we only have one dissertation, one PhD dissertation in our whole life. So once you get your dissertation out, you should make the best out of it. So I would suggest that if your thesis is related to the SCA domain, don't be shy. Nominate yourself. You don't know what will happen. Now, okay. So finally, I hope you enjoyed the conference so far. I mean, I have been a bit picky on things I saw that, okay, some things could be better, this thing could be better. But I hope you enjoyed the conference so far. I hope you learned some new knowledge. I hope you make some friends. I hope you build some new connections. And I hope you can tell others about your research. And most importantly, I hope you have a good memory of an enjoyable conference. Now, for PhD students, 10 years later, when you become a professor, maybe you can tell your own PhD students and say, 10 years ago, I went to this conference in Durham in the middle of nowhere at the top of a hill, but this is not too bad. What is the conference name again? Let me think. The Symposium on Computer Animation. Let's submit a conference paper there. So I hope your PhD will submit more paper to SCA in the future. Thank you very much. And I see that there's still a lot of wine here. Make sure you finish them. I actually ordered a lot more than what you see on the table. So if you finish a bottle of wine, ask them, they will bring you unlimited bottles. Thank you and enjoy.